Hey, welcome back, guys. Today I thought we'd take a look at Naraka Bladepoint. It's a battle royale that I've been playing. What sets it apart from like Call of Duty and Apex and all of those is it's a melee battle royale. There are some ranged weapons in it, but it's primarily focused on melee combat, which makes it a lot of fun and very, very different. Best way I could describe it is like if you like anime type fighting, that's kind of what you're going to be doing a lot of here. A little, wall running, no fall damage. It's a lot of fun. I'm having a blast playing it, and yeah. So today I thought we would go over what's going to be dropping on this Friday the 19th, and that is a brand new map and a new character. Love new characters, that's what we play for, right? So we're going to kind of go over that and take a look at them and see what we think. It looks like it's going to be pretty exciting on Friday. I cannot wait to get my hands on it. All right, so if you've seen the new trailer reveal, I'll put a timestamp in the description below to skip ahead to like our breakdown, but we'll go ahead and play that now. If you haven't seen it, definitely watch it right now because it looks like it's going to be a lot of fun. All right, so let's doesn't that look amazing, guys? That is it looks like it's so much so different than the current map. That's what's gonna be great. So the first area revealed is the plumed castle. What stands out to me the most here is these floating islands. There's not really anything like that in the current map. Fighting on these is going to be very intense. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be dangerous. If you get knocked off, that's going to put you out of the fight for for a minute. So that could be the difference between your team winning and losing right there. And also, the areas inside are huge, like plenty of open space, which is what there's some areas on the current map that they feel really claustrophobic. And, there's a lot of open areas, don't get me wrong, but there's like inside, like the temple and stuff, it's very tight quarters. And so I really like how open everything, even inside, it all looks very, very open. All right. So the next area we have the Matab. Love this huge Aztec like pyramid in the center. That's one thing this game does very well is like the verticality of it. It's awesome. Next area is the city of Tang. And I like it that it says the walls are nigh impregnable. Kind of reminds me of like Helm's Deep, which is great. So that's going to be a fun place to play, fighting on these walls that can't be breached. And then we move to the Imperial Village. A lot of areas of water here, which is going to be pretty fun. Always makes for interesting combat. And then, as you can see, for the first time in this game, we're seeing like these snow-covered areas, which is a welcome change in my opinion. I'm all for new looks and everything. So that definitely changes it up a bit. And next, we're going to go to the Yushan Ruins, where the snowstorms hide many a secret. Again, a lot more snow-covered landscapes. Even looks like some frozen lakes to fight on. This ice-covered mountainside. I don't know if that's going to affect grappling or scaling them, but they look amazing. And it looks like they're also going to be introducing some wildlife and critters into the map, which really there isn't a lot of in this current map. There's like some beehives and things like that, but I think they're just doing that to help, bring the map to life. Because it's all about the details. So the more details you have, the more realistic it is. The more people usually have fun with it. And then speaking of details, looks like they're dialing up the immersion with like this dynamic weather that a lot of games are doing now. That's going to include snowstorms, sandstorms, and this ghostly mist. So that's going to definitely be interesting, affect combat, and we'll see how it actually plays out in this game. A lot of games do it differently, and how it translates to the game is it's either successful or it's like it doesn't even matter. It doesn't affect anything. It's just like this little aesthetic. So we'll see if there's actually any like gameplay effects with this. And then looks like they're going to lean more into aerial combat. It says defying gravity with springboards and tornadoes. And again, this game does verticality really well, especially with the different terrain and the terrain changes. And with combat itself, there's no game where I feel like I can play on so many different vertical levels, especially during combat, and it really makes this game interesting. And while there are several environmental interactions in the current map, like that huge wooden wheel that you can roll down and just destroy people with, which is a lot of fun, by the way, it looks like they're really going all in and leaning heavy into traps and contraptions on this new map to surprise your enemies. The movable ballistas are returning, and then there's these Indiana Jones style rolling spiked pins that you can roll through, roll after people. And there's even bear traps and spikes that come up from underground. This new map looks crazy as shit. I can't wait to jump in with some trios and explore and find my new favorite areas. Just all these traps and God, if I die by one of these traps, I'm gonna be so pissed. I'm gonna be mad. But it looks like it's gonna be a lot of fun. But that's not all that is dropping on Friday, like we talked about. Not only do we have this brand new huge map, we also have a brand new hero. And it's about time. This game is releasing heroes at a pretty steady pace. So I think this is this will be the third hero this year since the year started, maybe fourth, somewhere around in there. So they're not doing too bad releasing heroes. So so Friday we're going to get a new hero as well. So let's take a look at her name is Zipping Yin. All right, so let's take a look at her skills a little bit because they definitely just released her kit, and I'm pretty happy with it. So her first skill is aromatherapy, which states unleash Ligneous, there we go. Unleash ligneous energy to plant spiritual twigs in the field lasting 10 seconds. When hit by that word. Ligneous energy or close to spiritual twigs, allies absorb spiritual energy and instantly restore health and armor. With another portion of health and armor restored and damage reduction increased by 20% within the next 5 seconds. And after using the skill, you can dodge immediately in that direction. So we have another support / healer character. And in my opinion, welcome addition to the current healer, Kurumi. I am not a fan of hers. I just can't get behind a hero with sustained skills that, that she tethers, which heals over time, but also she's not allowed to do anything except run around during that whole time. Don't get me wrong, her distance res is really nice, but not being able to do anything while you're healing, I can't get behind a hero like that. Not my type of support hero. So it looks like she can replenish armor and health by putting an object out there or directly hitting allies with it. What makes it nice is the damage reduction and extra health, which is why her dash is like perfect, setting her up for initial engagement. You throw out the little deal on the ground, you dash in that direction, dash to it, absorb it, you've got damage reduction, you've got extra health, and you're ready to start the fight. So that's that perfect combination of like offense and defense that I really like from a support character. All right, so the first variation, and it looks like they're going to do this like Taquito, where they're just going to put out the first variation, then the third total, variation will come out at a later time. So the first variation of this is Umarman. The difference is allied units will gain inspiration for 12 seconds, which is going to activate an inspiration shield, which prevents the unit from being interrupted by non-focused strikes within 8 seconds. So you're trading damage reduction for uninterruptible, and which are really, both can be really good. I mean, damage reduction definitely keep you alive. Uninterruptible can do the same. Plus, it can allow you to go back on the offense. So it's going to be a toss up. They both seem pretty good. I'm not really sure which one I'm going to go with yet. But as you can see, she does that to an ally, and then the enemy attempts to grapple them and does it like a light hit while flying toward them, and neither one phases the ally at all. So that uninterruptible would be pretty nice, because that's something that getting meleeed or getting grappled and then hit like that might have been enough to kill them right there. So it's gonna be a hard decision to make. And it looks like her ultimate will be Saving Grace, which constantly consumes rage to restore all allied units' health and armor. And all restoration capabilities increase by 30%. Looks like it reduces her rage to, like when she activates it at 100%, it reduces her rage to just over 50% to use, then continuously ticks down as she's healing. So it'll just drop it down to like 53%, and then it'll just constantly go down from 53 to 0 as she's healing and applying armor. And she gets an added bonus, and this I really, really like. So when she does when she's at 100% of her rage, she gets Sedate Soul. So at full rage, she gains that trait, I guess, Sedate Soul. And basically what that does is, if she would take a fatal strike, it negates the fatal strike, consumes all of her rage, and knocks nearby enemies down. Well, knocks them airborne, so they go airborne, then they go down, and it restores 300 health instantly, and gives you the damage reduction for 20% within 5 seconds. So basically, if you don't have time to heal over time, you're in the middle of a fight, you can't do anything, you can't get away, but you do have full super, at least it's going to basically, if you would have died, you're going to gain health, damage reduction, knock them back all at one time, knock all the enemies around you back. So if you're getting ganked by 2 or 3 people, it's going to do all that, which could give you enough breathing time, just enough time to stay alive and to kind of make something happen, or enough time for your team to get there to help you out. So that, I really like that. That's kind of like a break glass in case of emergencies, like last ditch effort. This is it. Because there's a lot of times when you're in the middle of a fight and you don't think you need to pop your ult. You're like, oh, I'm not going to pop it for this. And then you end up like dying because they pull out some ridiculous combo, or they've got like Dragon Roar or something like that. And you're not expecting that. And, then you die and you never even get to ult. So I do like that there's like this automatic ult. All right, so let's take a look at the first variation of Saving Grace and its Aegis. So basically, the heal over time effect, you still have that, but what it does is it gives your allies the sedate soul instead of you having it. So you're gonna pop your ult. You're gonna start healing your allies, which is for armor and health, and then if they would take lethal damage, they get that knockback, that health bump, and the damage reduction. So it's definitely gonna be a solo verse team type thing where it looks like Aegis is going to be really good in duos and trios, but you're going to want to just use the regular one if you go in solo, because obviously there's no team to heal. So you're going to want to, have that for yourself. And when you use the Aegis variation, so, when you have the team setup variation, it only is going to take 70% rage to cast that. And I always love when they do that and give it to you a little early. So you're going to have, 70%, you're going to be able to heal your allies and give them that knockback if they would take lethal damage. So you're going to kind of be able to, influence the battle early as far as, helping your team stay alive, especially, in the very beginning, if you guys don't find good loot and, you spawn somewhere where enemies are finding, of course, the good that you don't have access to. It might help, early on stay alive. So I'm very excited for this character. I really like support. I love support even more when it balances offense and defense really well. And I think that's what we have here. I can't wait. I can't wait to get in and have a lot of fun with the new character on the new map. All right, guys. Well, thanks for going over the new map and the new hero with me. All this, again, drops on Friday the 19th. I can't wait. I'll be streaming when it drops for sure. Thanks for stopping by. And if you enjoyed, please like and subscribe and let me know in the comments how you guys feel about the new map and the new hero. And all right, I'll see you guys on the battlefield. And remember, always keep your target in the scope.